Good evening and happy Friday. This is Shayna from the Trade Exchange, and I want to talk to you about a couple stocks this week that took a bit of a hit. Some of you may have known what happened. For those of you who don't, see if you can figure out not just what happened, but what sector am I referring to. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is Walmart. On Thursday, Walmart's trading around $80, and then you can see this drop here. It's trading around $78. Take a look at Costco. Costco's trading around $159. They also dropped down to about $151. Now the third stock I'm about to show you, it's going to be a bit of the giveaway of what sector I'm talking about. It's Kroger. Kroger jumped over 8% on Thursday, and this is the largest U.S. grocery store chain when you're looking at the amount of sales that they have and how many stores they have and their revenue. So this is the largest U.S. grocery store chain. So yes, I'm talking about grocers. Well, what happened with grocers? Well, Whole Foods is going to indeed be acquired by Amazon. You can see this pop in the Whole Foods stock here. So the Whole Foods shareholders approved this on Wednesday, as well as the Federal Trade Commission, United States FTC, approved for the acquisition to go through. And this is a pretty big acquisition, $13.7 billion, and it's expected to go through on Monday. Well, that afternoon, Amazon announces that they're going to start cutting prices. One of the first things they want to do, and it's great for us consumers, is start cutting prices at Whole Foods, because Whole Foods has this reputation of having very high prices, and they want to start making organic foods and some of the basic staples much more affordable at Whole Foods. They also have a plan. They want to start bringing in ways to incorporate their Prime members. So they're discussing, if you're an Amazon Prime member, and there's a lot of you out there because Amazon has about 60 million Amazon Prime members. Of those 60 million, about 62% shop at a Whole Foods. So they are thinking of ways that they can even pass on more savings to those Amazon Prime members. Well, on the news that Amazon is going to be entering this grocery store space, and the news that they want to start cutting prices, causes a huge disruption in the grocery store space, and we see a $12 billion value loss in the top 6 grocery store distributors. So it's very amazing how one company can come in with just an announcement, cause this huge shakeup, and create a $12 billion value loss among companies such as huge companies, Walmart, Costco, Kroger, that we just showed you. So this is very, very unique and very interesting to see. Now another company, they're not a distributor straight to the consumer, but they were a distributor for Whole Foods. They also take a hit. They lose about 5% in their stock price, you can see. So why did the distributor to Whole Foods lose it? Well, they're uncertain. Are their jobs safe? Are their salaries safe? What's going to happen? Are they the guinea pigs? Are they working for the guinea pig of Amazon, who's entering the grocery store space? Is Amazon planning on trying to go automated like that grocery store they were beta testing in Seattle? So they're very unsure what's going to happen, and they're even talking, do we need to go to the Whole Foods shareholders and ask them to tell us that our jobs are safe and everything's secure? So on this uncertainty that's completely understandable, their stock price also takes a bit of a tumble and drops over 5%. So again, very interesting to see how this one huge company, Amazon, has caused such a disruption now in the grocery store segment. Another interesting thing that happened this week, completely unrelated to Amazon, but it's the euro. The euro has hit highs this week that it has not seen since January of 2015. And this is on the heels of comments by Mario Draghi, who is the European Central Bank president. And he said that global recovery is firming up, as he put it. So on the heels of this positive news, we can see the euro hit highs today of 1.19409. And of course, this is in counteract to US dollar weakness, but it is interesting to see the euro as high as it is this week. Take a look at US crude oil. So US crude oil, it's actually down for the week. This is the 4th straight weekly decline for US crude oil. It's down 2.16% this week. Now, we had great EIA data. It showed that inventory is reducing. Our Baker Hughes numbers come out. On US oil, it's at 759, so it's down 4 from last week. The US total rig count is down 6 from last week. It's at 940. But even with these declines in the inventories, and even with the promises by OPEC that they're going to try and scale back production, everything like that, we still can't seem to get these oil prices to rise up. Today, we did see a bit of a pop, and it's as Hurricane Harvey is coming closer to the Gulf and possibly to Texas, and it's causing these oil prices to go up as some of these refineries and some of these producers are going to have to close up shop. So it did boost up oil today, but it wasn't enough to offset the decline in oil that we've seen this week. Again, this is the 4th straight week of decline for US crude oil, closing out the week at 47.87. Looking at our indices, so our markets did pretty decent this week, and there was positive commentary by Janet Yellen that definitely helped, and she said that the financial system is much safer now than it was around the time surrounding the housing crisis. So Looking at our indices for the week, the Dow is up 0.64% this week. It closed out 21,813. S&Ps are up 0.74% this week. They closed out 2444. The Nasdaq is up 0.78% this week. They closed out 6265. And gold is also up this week. It's up 0.4% this week, closing out 1296. And last but not least, you can see our VIX, it is off the highs from last week. Last week we were above 16. This week we are back to our low volatility, closing out at 11.28. I want to thank you all for joining me. And for those of you who are in Texas tonight, we really hope that you stay safe, stay warm, stay inside, and stay sheltered, and stay safe in this horrible storm that is hitting the coast right now. But we hope to join you on Monday morning, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Bye-bye.